Hey everybody, it's Brian from Vermont. Bobby, Miss Lawson, Maureen, and my partner Ace is here to join us today. Hello everybody. So, welcome again to the Disability Digest YouTube live session. In these events, we cover some of the big picture items that are going on out there. I've got three things to cover with you today. And then I'm going to answer some of the questions that I see that are in here. So if you have questions and you're joining us, just type them in and I'll take some time to get those answered for you today. So if you're new here, hopefully you enjoy the show. Encourage you to subscribe, ring the bell. And if you'd like a customized approach to getting your disability benefits approved or keeping them, then join us as a member. There will be a link below this video. All right, so here we go. So some of the things I'm going to cover today, we've had some attorney type questions about what to do with your attorney if they're not taking the proper action. I'm going to cover that. An update on the CDR, continuing disability reviews, what's going on with it and how we can help you. And then the last item is a lot of people are getting pinched by the cost of living increase, concerned about the gas prices going up, everything that's going on over in the Ukraine with Mr. Putin. So we're going to talk about some income related ideas, ways that you can generate income. All right, ready? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. First of all, this one is from Sunshine, posted on our YouTube channel. And I use this one as an example. And it says, how do you get your attorney to write an on the record decision, a brief on my behalf before I go to the judge to try to get me approved? Now, Bobby, you also, this is going to apply to you because you are at the reconsideration level. Um, so I think part of this is going back to who you select to do the work for you and what their strategy is to represent you and to get your disability case approved. Pardon me, folks. I'm going to have to give this guy the boot. He's usually good for about 5 minutes and then he gets to be annoying. So say bye. You're going out. All right. Oh, wait. There you go. So part of it is in the selection process of your attorney. Say, how do you win cases? What do you do? Now, in this situation for Sunshine, it sounds like it's too late that she's having a hard time getting somebody to do that. And there's different philosophies that people have in approaching getting disability cases approved. My preference and the thing that I want to do is to avoid having a case go to court. And I hopefully that you do too. I mean, the sooner you get paid or the sooner you get approved, the sooner you get paid. And it's costly to go to court. And the challenge with going to court is your case is subject to a judge's opinion. Right. So maybe it seemed a little off track here, but I want to make sure you understand this because for those of you, especially just getting started, if you have a disability case that's all worked up and it goes into a hearing office where there's 10 different possible judges it can be assigned to, and you draw the judge that approves 19% of the overall cases, and most of the others in the office are in the 50 to 60% range, I mean, you're going to have a hard time. That thing's got to be perfect. So, what you want to do is just try to find the right person that's a good match for you that will write a brief and get it done. And and in some instances it really makes sense even to do it at the initial application so that you can win quick. Now, one other thing I'll say on this for Sunshine, hopefully this will brighten your day, you get it, is that you can change representation. If you find somebody that's just a case sitter, they're just going to take it, sit on it, and if it gets approved at a lower level, great. But if it goes to a hearing, they'll find somebody to go represent you. If it's that type of relationship and they're not doing their job for you, then make sure that you're aware that you pay the same price for representation if they win. It's only one fee structure. That's actually two, but there's only one fee structure. So the other thing that we can do to help you out here at the Disability Digest, when you register and join us, we provide you with a two-part strategy to get approved. You can use a course that we have. It teaches you the top 5 things that you need to know to get your disability benefits approved. There's more in there, but there's 5 things that you really need to know to get your case approved. You can do this all on your own. But if you don't want to have it done, or if you want to use it in conjunction with representation, you have that option as well. If we can find somebody to represent your case. So that's a two-part. But my point is this: with the course, if you already have representation, we invite you to join us. Come on in here, where we welcome everybody, and use the parts of the course to understand what needs to be done so that you can hold your representation accountable. Sunshine, thank you for the question. Hope you found it helpful. Continuing disability reviews. They continue to be a problem for people. And on our channel here, what we've done here in the YouTube channel is we've taken now 3 segments of a complete comprehensive course that we have created with attorney James Mitchell Brown, and we've released some of those. And just to revisit the reason why is we have a complete course that's available to members, and it's being released to members in order of their priority. We have those that are certainly clients that are in our benefit protection program. They're in the process of getting it right now. We want to make sure that they're taken care of. If you don't know about our benefit protection program, just look around the channel or ask us how we protect your benefits, or could. And then there's others that have joined that have requested access to it, so we've made some exceptions to that, but then it's going to be rolled out in priority. And it's not available in its entirety just for those of you on the YouTube channel, because it comes with legal support. If somebody gets stuck, they can get legal support. So we encourage you to join as a member. Membership has its privileges. There's no charge, but that's just the way that we've chose to do it. Right. Okay. So the last thing I want to go over is self-employment, and been asked to provide different ways, reliable ways to help people to supplement their disability and keep their benefits, which is being fueled by this whole inflation. And I don't know what the price of gas is in your area, but it's getting crazy around here. And people need to go to doctor's office. They need to get out and grocery shop. It's still hitting people. Um, and so specifically for self-employment, there's other stuff. If you want to go get a job or work somewhere else, we have that here. But for self-employment, what I would like to do is, if you are listening out there and you're doing something on your own to supplement your disability, maybe you're even driving Lyft, or you've got a home-based business, or we had people that created businesses where they would go sit around at other people's houses so that they wouldn't have to take the day off from work to have the cable guy come, stuff like that. So here is my message: if you're doing something and it's successful, I'd love to hear from you, and I'd be willing to spend some time with you on the phone, and even pay you for your time if you have something that you're doing right now that other people can do, that I could interview you, keep you anonymous, and they could take the concept, and maybe you're doing it in Tampa, Florida, and they could do it in Des Moines, Iowa, and it's not going to disrupt your business. I'd love to hear from you so we can kind of take some different concepts that people are working on and put it all together. Now, if several people step up, then I'd like to do it as one big event, where we can do it in an interview format and break it down in different sections. Why you're doing this, how you get started, what are the pitfalls, all that. So shout out, just put it in the comments. Tell me what you're doing, and anything else you think that would be helpful. Just a couple sentences, doesn't need to be a lot. And if I think it's something that'll fly and that we can make work with others here, we'll reach out to you with contact information. Okay. Great. All right. Now let's get on with the questions for the day. All right. So, uh, Bobby, going to start with you. After denial from reconsideration appeal, what is the next phase? Well, hopefully you don't get denied. I'd rather see you get approved, but it's 11.7% approval rate. But that's a good opportunity for somebody to write a brief for you. The next phase is you want to appeal your denial, of course. That's forget what state you're in. You're in Florida, so there's reconsideration in Florida. So you want to appeal it. You'll have 60 days to do that. Then you're going to wait for a hearing in front of a judge. And depending on where you're at in Florida, there's going to be a wait time to get your hearing in front of a judge, and then you have an opportunity to present your case in court, and that's where typically the highest opportunity to get approved is there. All right. Okay, now I have next question from Miss Lawson. I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name, so I'm going by Miss Lawson. I'm still waiting for a date for my appointment from the administrative judge. Okay. Total knee replacement. Continue, right? Okay. So I'm going to stay in the same theme. If you've got a case that's a winner, ask somebody to write a pre hearing brief. As soon as the judge is assigned, it will be assigned to him. And the objective of doing that is to get your case approved so you don't have to go to a hearing. It's good for them, doesn't clog up their docket, and it's good for you. You get paid faster. So, meanwhile, make sure that you stack your case with all the evidence you can. If you're using our disability approval course, you want to make sure that you're definitely using everything in section 2 that will put all of the evidence in your case that you need, right? So, for sure. Okay. Um, 9 months since the initial application. Yeah. I saw a report the other day on one of the blogs. Oh, Charles Hall's blog about the backlog, and Social Security is approaching 1 million cases that are in backlog. Crazy, and I don't know if anybody is tuned into the budget that was released. Well, not released, but should be signed today by President Biden. But there isn't any money in there for Social Security. I mean, it's in a difficult situation now. They're putting money into the IRS, but I don't see any budget increases there. Okay, next one is from Stephanie. I'm 64 years old, have been on Social Security disability for 7 years with no CDR. I'm consistently looking for mail and am nervous about what is happening. Well, I expect your full retirement age is like 65, 66. And I think being nervous, there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to kind of roll with it and understand that right now, do the very best that you can do. Follow the tips that we put out there, but the primary one is make sure that you're in treatment. And when you reach your full retirement age, then you're home free. It's kind of like pass go and collect $200. You're not subject to continuing disability reviews, earnings limitations, so on and so forth. So, yeah. Oh, you know what? I have a few things I want to mention on CDRs. I want to pivot on my position on two things, um, and I learned this in this recent interview that I did with Attorney Brown. Is that if you've had a CDR, continuing disability review, like you filled out either the short form or you've filled out the long form, and you sent it back in and you haven't heard anything, don't follow up. I said originally, and this is just based on the approval strategy that I've learned from other people. You want to be polite, you want to be persistent. Do you need anything? He says, don't do it, because there's been instances where people have called to follow up that he's known about, and they said, oh, yeah, we have your information right here on our desk. We meant to get back to you. We're going to have to turn your benefits off. So just let the checks keep coming, because as long as you're in pay, right? And right now, the way it is in their organization, no news is good news. So that's one. The second one is in filling out the forms. There's some different strategies for filling out the CDR forms. than there are from filling out the forms when you go through the approval process. Like we have a in-depth interview with attorney Carl Osterhout that shows you how to fill out the daily living questionnaire and the work history, and the answers and the strategy for that are slightly different than they are for a continuing disability review. So the remarks part, and when you're going through, you want to leave those empty, and there's certain information that you want to be putting in the remarks part for your continuing disability review. So make sure that you're aware of the difference, and that's what the course will show you how to do. Okay. All right. Now let's see what else we have here. If you have medical condition, is it okay? All right. This is a good question. This is from Happy Ron. Love it. Um, if you have a medical condition that is permanent but doesn't require regular doctor's visits, should you go to your regular checkups anyway? Yes. The general guidelines is whatever the treatment program is, um, or that you should be doing to keep your condition in check, for sure. So if you have a condition that is not treatable, like by going to, you know, pain management or any other type of treatment, you want to definitely keep up your general practitioner visits. Absolutely. That's a great question. Once you reach 62 or older, do you have a CDR? Yes. There's been people on our YouTube channel that commented that she had, at age 63 and 64, she felt like she was being harassed. But yeah, it's less common when you're over 62, from what I learned from Attorney Brown. But you should definitely be aware that it's still possible. Okay. Let's see if we have any others that I might have missed here. Good questions today. Um, all right, Christy, been unable to work for 2 years. Doctors can't figure out what's going on. I get SNAP and that's it. Couldn't get unemployment. What do I need to do to get help? Well, interesting situation. The first thing I would say, Christy, is you should definitely be aware that if your disability benefits do expire, and it's the biggest reason that people are disqualified from getting their disability income that come here anyway. And as a general rule, if you wait 5 years, your disability benefits expire. So you're only at two, but you've been out of work for a while. Um, the challenge with your situation, based on the information that you provided, is there's no clear diagnosis. So for a disability case to get approved, Social Security is going to want to see like a clear diagnosis, like what is it that's causing you these limitations. And it sounds to me like that's what you're struggling with. I don't know what the symptoms are, but like I know people that have had um, autoimmune conditions, lupus or fibromyalgia. Uh, both of those have been subject to being chased for years before they're diagnosed. And that makes it difficult. So, I don't know if this is helpful to you or not. I mean, definitely be aware if you're still out of work in another year, you might want to just consider starting your application. That would give you two shots at it. You'd have this application that you're working on now. You can still build up evidence, look for your diagnosis, give it a shot. Maybe there's more to it than what you're communicating here. So, Bobby, you're welcome. Thank you for the compliment. All right, I'm at the appeal stage, just waiting and waiting and waiting. I hear you. Been given a medical person to review yet. How long does the first appeal take? It's been 3 months. Well, I think what's happened here, this is from Dawn, is that you applied, been denied, you're at the reconsideration appeal. There isn't anything that's predictable. The general guidelines should be 5 to 6 months to have that decision made. But with the backlog right now, there isn't any predictability. Um, be polite, be persistent, follow your case online. Uh, ask if there's anything else that you can do. That's just one simple tip that you can do to keep a handle on it. Will it influence it? Maybe. I got a short form CDR. My left side, and my memory is getting worse. I've told my doctors about memory, but they haven't logged it. It's not in your medical records. Okay, I've got a tip for you on that. Should I check same or worse for my condition? Yeah, it's a good point. Well, okay, so I'd check worse. It would definitely be mine. And when you go to your doctors the next time, um, one of the tips, I'm looking for just a piece of paper here. This regular, keep a journal, and on a regular line piece of paper, write down your limitations, and ask to have this document put in your medical records. And can't sit, can't stand, can't bend, can't stoop, uh, not able to remember repetitive tasks, have challenges getting along with other people, only sleeping 4 hours a night, things like that. And then the next time you go back, you do the same thing. You do the same thing every time you go to the visit, whether you're trying to get your disability benefits or you're already on them. And the reason why you want to do that is it's not clear to Social Security to look at traditional medical records and understand what the limitations are that you experience, right? So when you do this, then this is a tip from Attorney Carl Osterhow. It gives you the ability to really to drive the process to manipulate the medical records in your favor. Um, so I'd go with worse if that's what you feel, because only you know your situation, and then start using piece of paper strategy. Okay. Um, is it better to fill out the short form CDR by mail or online? I have 30 days from February 11th. I do it online. It's easier. Plus, the mail is one more variable. If this is my personal preference to avoid. Um, so for sure. Um, all right. Okay. So we talked about limitations, how to get your doctors to log limitations. I went over that one with you. Okay. Um, all right, Christy, I see your statement here, but I don't know what the question is. You have several conditions. I was at 12.26. Not sure what that means. Ping me with another comment or question or add on to that. Okay, just got to let this is from guidance. All right. Uh, just got a letter in the mail to fill out and return. I've been approved for 3 years. Does this mean I'm up for a medical review automatic? Well, first of all, congratulations on getting approved. And yeah, it probably means you're up for a review. Does it mean that it'll happen in exactly 3 years? No. But but that's good news. Um, let's follow the tips in the meantime, or maybe you get better and you can go back to work. It's always better to work and be on disability. It's just my personal opinion. Um, okay, a CDR, if you get one, how long do you have to fill out? And if you missed, okay. I'm actually, does anybody know how long it takes, what they give you for time frame to fill out the paperwork? Um, I don't have that committed to memory. Um, all right, let's see what else we have here. I think I got most of these. Good, good. All right. Okay. I don't know how long it takes, how long you have to fill out the paperwork, but I'd certainly do it as soon as possible. So, just to recap today, we talked about some action steps to get your attorney to make a move for you. We talked about the continuing disability review, how we can help you if you're on the YouTube channel here, and if you're a member at the Disability Digest, how we'll be helping you with that, and a couple points that I pivoted on about you know calling and following up on your CDR and what to put in the comments. And just a reminder for anybody out there, I know some of you folks joined us late. If you are doing something to supplement your disability, I'd love to hear from you. Join in the comments. Spend some time with you in an interview format. Pay you for your time if you'd like me to understand your work and what you're doing. And so perhaps somebody else out there in another part of the U.S. could use the same concept and make a difference in their lives. So don't want to compete with anything. And also on that, I will say, if you have a business that is like a broad based general interest business that could serve other members and you're willing to talk to us about it, I would be glad to promote it. And we have an audience here, not only here with our membership. So those are the things. So listen, I hope you enjoyed today's program. If you're new here, encourage you to subscribe, ring the bell so you can get all of our upcoming information. If you want to be in tune with these live events, just when you're watching throughout the week to get the new videos and it comes up, it's usually Wednesday or Thursday, put the notice out, just hit the reminder button and then it'll let you know, because some people are like, oh man, I missed it again. So that's what you can do. There'll be a link below if you're new or if you want to update your membership. Click on the link, go through the evaluation. It helps us understand where you're at in the process. We can provide you with a customized approach to either help you get your disability benefits, keep them, or maximize them. Wishing everybody a very happy Friday. Until the next time, make it a great day. Thanks again.